Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Here's Tatum. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Tatum pulls it in.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
The kick out to White. Outside Tatum. It's tipped. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Williams. From downtown. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
Yeah, in the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
Gilgeous-Alexander up top. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Outside Holiday. Off target from three-point range. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, a defense has to be very aware of Gilgeous-Alexander's attack mindset. He wants to get to the rim and do maximum damage.
Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And Jason Tatum was fearless on that finish. Went right through the contact.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Fires from the wing. Oh, the Thunder tack on 2 more.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Kick out to Brown. Pass to Holiday. There's the 3. Kept alive by Boston. Here's Tatum. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Inside. And stolen by Porzingis. From outside the arc. Caruso grabs the board. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Thunder. Williams from long range. Knocks down the long J. Williams has got 7 points.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Outside Tatum. White on the wing. 5 to shoot. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 13-5 run. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Brown with a screen. Here's Tatum. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. This will be his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And that one falls for Tatum.
Just money from the line. Tatum knows the importance of making free throws.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Don't judge Holmgren by his size. He does have a passing skill set, finding shooters and getting them the ball.
Tatum. And the layup is good off the glass. Give him 8.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Soft touch off the glass.
And Gilgeous-Alexander is so assertive on the drive, confident at finishing through contact.
Holiday from long range. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Thunder leading by 4. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Drew Holiday.
And that's a veteran move from the young fella, as Holmgren draws contact on that shot.
And the second free throw is good. The Celtics on offense. 19-footer. Back to Tatum. Great D that time from Holmgren.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without a foul.
What a performance for Shai Gilgeous.
18.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
4-3, Holmgren. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso outside. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Holmgren. Over Porzingis. And it's Holmgren missing. Celtics trail by 8. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Tatum. Second chance effort. And here's Brown for 3. Oh, he missed it. Making him 1 for 2 now. Outside, Williams. Over to the left wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 ball. That one's off, and now he's 3 for 6. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that.
Aha, so clever with the up fake. Holmgren is good at going into the contact in these type of situations.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Tatum can't hit.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
And here's Caruso outside. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Action on the break has fueled them tonight. They're winning the transition battle.
Yeah, they did a great job of controlling the pace throughout the game and keeping the defense on their heels.
Tatum can't hit. Oklahoma City leading by 12. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him. To the paint. And stolen by Porzingis. Tatum with it. Porzingis sets a screen. Tatum drops the hammer.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
Here's Oklahoma City now. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Banked it in off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points in the game.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Now here's Tatum. 10 points for him. And finished off by Tatum.
You're calling Tatum a capable scorer would be an understatement. He is an elite offensive talent.
Pass to Hartenstein. The three. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
A minute 42 left to play in the first half. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him. Count that one. Hartenstein's gotten his second bucket.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close the stacks.
Caruso with it. Now guarded by White.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And he'll take a trip to the line for two. Clearly got fouled on that shot. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Now here's Dort. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. And there's a 3-second violation. And Mark Daignault has called a timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Celtics trail by 15. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's Tatum with the three. JT for three.
Well, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him. And it's good for two. Holmgren's got 9 points.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. Defense is setting the tone. We'll be back in a moment. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Oklahoma City leading by 14. Pass to Williams. And here's Caruso. To the inside. Williams' shot is good. 10 points for him.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
And Brown with the stuff.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Pass to Caruso. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Down low. And stolen by Porzingis. Williams grabs the board. Thunder leading by 14. And here's Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. The kick out to Williams. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams has got 13 now.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Brown, no good. Williams on the wing. 13 points in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Dort's shot is good.
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Boston, the home of the Celtics. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort wide open. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Well, Doris, both these teams have the luxury of a very deep bench.
No doubt, Kevin. A lot of talent on both rosters. What that means is the defenses need to be active and aware even when substitutions are made, because the next basket could come from absolutely any guy on the floor.
Oh, here comes Williams all alone. And the rejection by Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Second chance shot. Into the lane. And he sinks the layup.
Yeah, you see this. Teams try to get physical with Gilgeous-Alexander, but he's willing to play through contact on drives. Nicely done.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. Comes up empty down low.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Tatum a screen. Tatum on the wing. Good on the triple.
That's Tatum's size and high release point. He's able to get that three-point shot off against virtually anybody.
It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
And Holiday, here we go. And the rejection by Holmgren. Takes the three. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
3 points. And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
This is a dominant stretch. I am so impressed with how they played together as a unit over this last stretch.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
What impresses me about Jason Tatum are his work habits, his commitment in the offseason to adding something else to his arsenal. We know he can play high-level basketball on both ends. The sky is the limit.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by White. Shot clock at 5. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. They get the rebound. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Celtics trailed by 8. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla, and he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Now here is Holiday. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Brown, good.
Well, you catch the defense off guard by being willing to fire as soon as the ball touches your hands.
Pass to Caruso. And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man. Add that to the repertoire of moves on the interior. KP doing work.
Pass to Caruso. Oklahoma City moving it around. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Now, here's Holmgren. Over Porzingis. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Dort. And he goes in for the dunk.
Wow, Dort showing off that incredible strength as he takes it right to the rack for a slam.
Pass to Holiday. Back to Tatum. Round with it. Austin needs to get off a shot. White. And it's off from three-point range.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected and great timing on the contest.
Now here's Holmgren. He has yet to score. And Derek White picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. They set the pick. Outside, Dort. Just 5 on the clock. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Pass to Porzingis. White looking around. Tatum with it. Lets it go from deep. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Boy, that jumper is as pure as it gets. Jason Tatum off a pass from his teammate makes easy work of it.
Holmgren wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Caruso with the steal. No good. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. It's the Thunder leading by 4. The second quarter.
19.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, DA. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. Just 3 to shoot. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one's good, Caruso. And the Thunder lead by 8.
And running offense through Holmgren, great court awareness and really unselfish.
Here's Holiday. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren. Here's Holiday. Scoreless thus far. Shot clock at 6. Brown right side. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Holmgren the screen. Shoots the 3. The rebound by the Celtics. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, what you really like about Porzingis going end-to-end, he does it under control, right? This guy is 7 feet and masterful in space.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Brown inside. Outside Tatum. Brown right side. White wide open. He fired. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Now just a 3-point Oklahoma City lead. Pass to Holmgren. And here is George. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the 3 ball is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 this quarter. Here's Tatum. Here's Porzingis. No good there. Good D by Holmgren. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. You know, Doris, assists aren't just a point guard stat any longer, are they? A lot of big men in the league can distribute very well.
Yeah, Kev, it's really striking to me how multi-dimensional every single position in the NBA has become. As you said, bigs can pass, point guards can attack the cup and score. The game is becoming more and more skilled.
Here's Holiday. Still scoreless. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. Right side, Williams. Tries again. Holmgren gets the bucket. Holmgren's got his second bucket.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
Holiday looking for an opening. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And another shot. The kick out to Brown. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Pass to Caruso. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Well, DB, it didn't take long, did it, for Holmgren to live up to his draft status?
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. At his size, to be able to shoot with range and the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me.
Outside Williams. And Chet Holmgren again. Holmgren's got the lead up to 12 now for Oklahoma City. Tatum a screen to end the run. Rebound by Williams. And it's the Thunder with the ball. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Holmgren. Clock at 6. There's the 3. Traps in the tray. Holmgren's got 9 points in the quarter.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for Oklahoma City. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. On the wing, Holiday. Nothing on the board.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity. And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Brown outside. Picked by Horford. The kick out to Holiday. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a good screen. Horford with the rebound. Celtics trailed by 15. Here's White. The kick out to Tatum. Back to White. Brown outside. He's looking for Horford and finds him. Now Tatum. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Holmgren.
That is just tremendous focus from Jason Tatum. This guy has gotten so good at walling off defenders and finishing plays.
You know, DB, I imagine any lineup could benefit from a veteran guy like Al Horford.
Boy, you just look at how younger guys on the team lean on Al. He guides them through any number of experiences. He's been a pro's pro from the moment he entered the league, and he's still having an impact with his defensive ability and range shooting.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
To the inside. Here's Horford. Back to Tatum. Pass to Horford. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Williams gets the bucket.
Well, pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy can score it, but make sure you're lifting up the guys around you.
Tatum with it. Dort covering. Inside. Holmgren with the steal. Here's Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one is on Holiday. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. And another miss by Boston. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together.
Oh, that is impressive stuff from Derek White. Defender in his grill, no problem.
And that one's good, Caruso.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Pass to Tatum. The screen from Brown. To the inside. Williams with the steal. Dort with the ball. He's picked up by White. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. To the paint, stolen by Durant, and stolen by Achua. To the middle. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. KD with it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Now, here's Achua. Pass to McBride. There's a screen by Achua. Clock at 4. And stolen by Dunn. Here's Beal. Bridges with some nice defense.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Anunoby has the open look. Off target with his 3. Durant deciding where to go with it. Teardrop shot. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
There's that cleverness of Durant, knowing when to go with the little floater.
To the inside. And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, get out of his way.
No way the D was going to slow him down. Here's KD. That one falls.
Yeah, even though he's slender, Durant is good at keeping his balance through contact. The man is stronger than he looks.
Here's McBride.
2 minutes remaining on play.
Outside, Towns. Rebound by the Suns. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And Kevin Durant, one of the top 10 scorers in league history. And RJ still going strong.
And he does it with efficiency, Kevin. Takes great shots, and he's incredibly accurate. And if he doesn't have a look, he's a willing passer.
McBride. Anunoby outside. Here's the 3. And Bull pulls it down. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. It's rebounded by Towns. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Trailing by 2. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Devin Booker. For New York, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
Shots good by Durant. KD's got 6.
I love the confidence that Durant plays with. The closer he gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes.
Pass to Towns. And Towns throws it down. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
There's a good screen. The D got there too late, and he'll go to the line.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
RJ, we know that the Suns missed the playoffs for about a decade, but now they seem to be getting some traction. How do you view them?
I view them as a team that's in transition. Obviously, they have Devin Booker, the homegrown star. The guy has blossomed there in front of everyone's eyes. And after that finals run, they've really been searching. He's the last player there. But whenever you have Kevin Durant on your team, you are always on the verge of something special.
And here are the Suns now, following the score by New York. And done with the slam.
Give some love to KD there, making the unselfish play.
Pass to McBride. Back to Bridges. Towns for 3. It's all tied in Phoenix. And the second quarter about to get started. They'll be back in just a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Down low. Achua. Karl Anthony Towns, and that's good. Towns has got 12 in the game.
On the catch and shoot there, just so relaxed. Almost looks like Towns is playing a game of horse out there.
And Bull wide open. He shoots. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Bridges deciding where to go with it. And you hear, Richard, about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but that iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high flying and rim wrecking, and it's worth it.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Towns, the screen. Anunoby in the corner. Offline with his 3. The Suns leading. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
And you know who? Devin Booker.
Shoots the lights out. Booker has limitless range.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's McBride. Still without a basket. Pass to Achua. New York moving the ball around. Now, here's Bridges. Here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
And this is what Towns is capable of. He's an incredibly gifted offensive weapon who can score at all three levels. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
Number
56 seconds left in the second quarter. No good from Booker.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Outside, Towns. Over Durant. And it's Towns missing.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
They get the rebound. Done outside. There's Beal with the three. Bangs home the trifecta. Beal's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Towns, wide open. Connects from three-point range. Towns has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Knicks. Misses the layup. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Suns lead by 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. A kick out to O'Neal. Cranes the three-pointer. O'Neal's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And there aren't many players more reliable from three-point range than he is, especially when the D's playing off him like that.
Pass to Robinson. O'Neal comes with the double team. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Achua. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Suns leading by 5. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
The loudest section gets t-shirts, so get checking in for the Knicks, number 3, Josh Hart.
And it's the Suns with the ball. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Shot clock at 6. Up top, Durant. He's got 7. And good that time.
Nice form and confidence from Durant. Not his first shot with minimal time left. Certainly not his last.
There's a screen by Robinson. Bridges with it. Guarded now by Durant. And it's Robinson with the jam.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Booker outside. And Booker throws it down.
That's just too easy for D-Book. You can't give him an opening like that.
Richard, one thing you don't see Mikal Bridges do is miss games. He is always out there.
I think it would take a lot to make him sit out of a game. He is committed to being there for his team. It's so impressive.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
D.A., it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Outside for Beal. The tray. Devin Booker, and that's good. Booker's got 9.
That's the kind of shot this offensive scheme is meant to produce.
Inside. Here's Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Outside, KD. Durant drives.
Capable of scoring from any area. Love when Durant takes charge and dominates like this.
And stolen by Dunn. Outside, O'Neal. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Clock at 6. Back to Achua. 3-pointer. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Outside Durant. Tough 2 from Durant.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Good if it goes. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He got into double digits for the quarter.
29.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. The short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He loves what they're doing in the paint. He said if they're not stopping us, keep doing it. Keep going after it down low. They'll keep pounding it inside, guys.
All right, thank you, David. And that one's good. Towns has got 19 points.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Booker with no one around. Off target from three-point range. Hart with it. Now guarded by Booker. Pass to Achua. Fires from deep. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Three-point field goal.
And the all-around game of Towns can score it, rebound it, as well as pass the ball. So skilled at his position.
Now Durant. 6 to shoot. Here's Bull. Here's Dunn. And he drives in. Lays it up off the glass. And the Suns lead by 6.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Anunoby outside. Offensive rebound. Bridges outside. To the paint. Durant with the steal.
I don't like that decision there on the entry pass. Not with the defender right there ready to pick it up.
For three, Booker. Good on the three-point shot. And it's a 9-point Suns lead. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Phoenix.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
Pass to Achua. No good with the layup. Suns leading by 9. Here's KD. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Mikal Bridges picks one up.
And just using that length to his full advantage. Durant draws the foul, and we know what usually happens when he steps to the line.
Knicks trail by 11. .141 left in the fourth. And here is Achua. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting from
good on the first, and that brings them to within 10.
2 shots.
Both good from the line that time. 1:32 left in the game. So it's Phoenix now. Dunn left side. Back to Durant. From past the arc. He's still out. Now he is 9 of 10.
The confidence that Durant has in his three-point shot is something special. He doesn't doubt his selections at all.
Pass to Anunoby. Fires for 3. Drills the three-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Back to KD. Pass to Bull. 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by New York. Hart with it. Now Beal defending. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the Knicks. 9-point game. So the Suns win it, a confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Richard bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. Now, here is Halliburton. On the wing, Turner. Siakam looking around. To the inside. Nesmith. Great D that time from Beal.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Devin Booker.
A nice shot by Booker. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Here's Halliburton. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And finished off by KD.
And Durant doesn't need to get up too high to throw it down. I think he could be dunking well into his 60s.
There's the pick. Outside Turner. Back to Halliburton. That ball. Nice feed that time from Turner.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
The drive by Booker. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. And Aaron Nesmith gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Booker looking around. A three ball. It's rebounded by Nesmith. And it's Indiana's ball. It's a three-point game. And with their offensive firepower, have the Pacers, Clark, maxed out at that end of the floor?
There's still a lot of room for this team to grow offensively, Kevin. A low rate of free throws is something they can improve on. And a relatively low rate of threes and offensive boards, those are areas that can get better. I think there's another level they have to reach yet.
Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
Pass to Turner, and the Pacers can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the dunk by Bol.
It's really easy for Bol to throw it down. Man, I'm a little jealous, especially with these creaky knees that I've got. I don't even think I could dunk in my dreams.
Now, here is Halliburton. That's in. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
One-on-one here. And Siakam throws it down.
What a display of quickness there. If you need to get out and run, Siakam's your guy.
KD looking around. In the corner, Bol with it. Clock at 6. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Bol's got 5 points so far.
Wow, don't see the quick trigger out of Bol very often, but it was on display there.
Pass to Nesmith. And a wide open look for Halliburton. A three-pointer off the mark. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here is Durant, covered by Siakam. It's Durant on the wing. The shot from the low post is good. He's got 7.
Few players are as tall as Bol. I think which makes him a legitimate threat to score inside almost at will.
Here's Beal. And that does it for the first quarter. Suns lead by 4. Live from game.
The Suns. 12.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he was something else. Hey, thank you. After exploding onto the NBA radar in 2019, Siakam Clark has been a sure thing on offense.
Well, you know what you're going to get from Pascal Siakam. I mean, whether it's in the open floor or in the half-court sets, he's a guy you can count on delivery when you give him the ball in those situations. His offense never takes a night off.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim. Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Durant for 3. A basket good off the assist from Allen. Durant's got 7 points.
Right back at you. Durant motivated to put it right in his opponent's face. No better way to do it than with the 3 of his own.
Now, here is Halliburton. Halliburton is doubled. For 3, Siakam. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And he can answer with the best of them. Siakam stealing the thunder there.
Allen outside. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the half. Bull, that's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. And Siakam has it in the corner. The tray. Halliburton, no good.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Screen by Bull. Kicks it out to Allen. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Pacers trail by 7. Outside Turner. No one near him. Again, Indiana.
Man, love how Turner reads the defense, sensing and seeing separation as the pass is coming his way. Man, calmly pulling up for the shot. Nice.
Pass to Bull. Down low. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Aaron Nesmith.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
And from a defensive standpoint, a good foul to save the dunk there.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Pass to Nembhard. For 3, Siakam. Here's Turner. Nembhard with it. Siakam outside. Nesmith with the ball. Hits the three-point bomb. Halliburton's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Pacers. And Booker puts up a deep 3. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Phoenix ahead, up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Outside, Beal. Pass to Durant. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Screen by Bull. Outside, KD. Misses the three.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
And here is Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
And with this score of the Suns, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Beal. And finished off by Beal.
And with a good feel for the game, Booker sensed the right time to go for that steal.
Halliburton drives in. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
That gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Neesmith can't get it to go.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
And you can see how quick Booker is to react. No hesitation on that jump shot.
Pass to Nembhard. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. There's Beal with the three. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 7. Turner with the screen.
2 minutes remaining.
Out to the right wing. And a wide open look for Siakam. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Beal drives in. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
Devin Booker.
Beal's got the lead up to 9 now for Phoenix. Pass to Nembhard. Siakam outside. Back to Neesmith. Now here's Turner. That shot no good. Last season, Miles Turner became the Pacers' all-time leader in block shots.
That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider some of the Pacers who played there historically. Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smith, Roy Hibbert. Come on now. Great work by Miles Turner. So we need to give him his flowers now, and I think he's going to continue to add to that shot block total.
Pacers trail by 9, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Great defense by Booker. The instincts he has, just always knows where to be. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And here we go. Suns running again. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
What a play at the rim. Bradley Beal showing off all kinds of explosiveness.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And they're able to recover. Pass to Nembhard. Can they get it? And Siakam is good for 3. Siakam's got 8 points.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Attention fans, now on the court is your fight squad. Get live.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Timeout charge to the Pacers. They work hard every day for this, fans. Your Pacers break.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
It's time for the next game. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. Like the Duckman dancing shoes at home.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Here's Dunn. And that one released in time, but no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back.
The Suns, 37.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Pacers trailed by 10. Siakam, right side. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
Booker, right side. Here's Beal. Pass to Bull. Bull. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Siakam outside. And here is Nesmith. Defended by Allen. Suns lead by 7. Now Kevin Durant. Halliburton with the steal. Here's Nesmith. Offensive rebound.
Boy, the hard work inside from Turner paying dividends. A real handful for the defense down low.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Suns.
Well, you know, they've been tremendous, I think, when it comes to sharing the basketball. You know, getting guys involved on the plays and creating offensive opportunities for everybody. Equal opportunity offense is fun to watch.
Outside for Durant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, you're scratching your head with how do you defend a guy like Durant. I mean, his length, his speed, ball handling, all allow him to draw fouls easily. Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Out to Turner. Back to Halliburton. To the middle. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one is on Bull.
Oh, the numbers speak for themselves. Siakam showing great versatility on the offensive end.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Pass to Durant. There's a good screen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
And so Durant nails them both. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Halliburton outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice job by Halliburton, showing you the toughness that time, going right into that defense and drawing the foul.
Tyrese Halliburton.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Inside. Here's Bull. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And the Suns lead by 7.
And once Bull gets going, catches fire, he stays with it, which is bad news for the opponent.
He hits the first one, and that turns the lead to 6. Halliburton hits them both.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. 5 to shoot. Deal with it. Now guarded by Siakam. And he shows the focus there. Nails the technical.
Getting a point off a technical, that's an easy way to extend the lead.
Here's Booker. High post, KD. Shot clock at 6. Durant drives. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Just a natural-born scorer. Kevin Durant is especially elusive and skilled at converting on the drive.
Takes it out to Siakam. To the paint. It's stolen by Allen. From the arc. Buries it from three-point range.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Siakam for 3. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Nembhard grabs the board.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Turner with the steal. Here's Nesmith. Durant just inside the line. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. So it's the Suns winning easily here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Berry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Down low. Here's Gobert. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
That's a terrific pass right there by Jimmy Butler. Just wants to win.
Pass to Gobert. To the paint. Here's Edwards. To the middle. 6 on the shot clock. Here we go, one-on-one. Outside Curry. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And just about a minute into this first quarter. Outside Curry. Outside for Butler. They get the rebound.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And it's Randall with the jam.
Randall sneaks up on you athletically with that frame. You could argue he's at his best when he's in attack mode.
Here's Curry. And Gobert with a block. And he's able to get it back. And that one's good. Green.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day. Oh, my. Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
Here's the teardrop. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Now here's McDaniels. 5 on the clock. And Edwards slams it in.
And one of the stronger finishers in this game, Anthony Edwards at his best.
Here's Curry. Drops in the layup for 2.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Minnesota now. It's Edwards on the wing. 59 seconds left in the first. Back to Randall. Pass to Gobert. Driving inside. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Here's Curry. Outside for Green. To the inside. And it's rejected. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the game. Free throw good, Edwards.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
Green, a screen. DiVincenzo with a steal. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. He got it up. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Hit the ball into the painted area.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Green, a screen. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot two. Stephen Curry is still playing, but the debates have already started about where he ranks among the all-time greats, Brent.
Oh, BA, it's a matter of opinion, but if your opinion is that he shouldn't be up there, shame on you. At 6'2", this guy is pound for pound, maybe the best player that's ever suited up in this league.
Pass to Randall. DiVincenzo with it. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Reed for three. Butler with the ball. DiVincenzo picks him up. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. And Curry's got the ball here for Golden State. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Now here's Butler. They set a pick. Butler going in strong. And it's Butler with the jam.
Quick and athletic, Butler able to beat his opponents right to the 10.
Pass to Edwards. Well, you hear team execs say all the time, you're either selling wins or you're selling hope. How true is that, Brent?
Well, if you're an executive, BA, just be right about whatever it is that you're selling. And you got to be realistic. I mean, fans are smart. They understand where your team is. Are you a playoff competitor? Are you young and growing? So that's hope. If you're going deep into the playoff run, you
We'll see the Golden State Warriors taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense, but what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the three ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooters.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout, looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Curry. They kick it out to Green. Back to Curry. 6 to shoot. And there's the drive. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And the lightning quick release of Curry really came in handy there.
Has to Gobert. Green with the block. Right side Curry. Shoots the three. Julius Randle with the rebound. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Moves back up. Here's Gobert. And at last, they get one to fall.
And Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
They kick out to Hield. Pass the buck. Buries it from three-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Curry on the wing. It's good.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Gobert over Green. Gobert, no good. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Randall with some nice D. Timberwolves trail by 5. Has to Gobert. On the wing, DiVincenzo. And it's the Warriors' ball. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. The kick outside to Butler. Knocks it loose. And the Timberwolves with possession here. It's a 5-point game. When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Edwards. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. And it goes on Draymond Green. It's his first trip to the line. And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be. Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Now, after Jimmy Butler missed from long range, 4 on the shot clock. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Clock's ticking, but Edwards able to deliver, not allowing the shot clock to throw him off his game.
Curry can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail. Pass to Reed. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Green. And Curry has it in the corner. Back to Butler. Outside Curry. They kick out to Hield. Cranes the three-pointer. Randall from outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we reach the end of the first quarter. The Warriors on top, up by 4. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's ready to talk things through with the team. It seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers in Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Outside Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they get it back. Here's Curry. Takes a three. Stephen Curry. What a shooter.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
Edwards with the screen. Down low. Pass to Reed. Back to Edwards. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Traps in the tray. McDaniels got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Gregson's reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Reed. Back to Edwards. And Butler sends it back.
Always ready to make an impact defensively. Butler sees the shot forming and just attacks the opportunity to block it.
And another shot. Warriors leading by 7. Left side Curry. Into the lane. RJ, with how well Curry continues to play, I'm not sure his three-point record will ever be broken.
It's going to be tough to do. But even if it does, I think Steph will still be regarded as the best shooter we have ever seen, simply because how he changed the game.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Stephen Curry. Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
Outside Edwards. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
And how about the athleticism from Edwards rocketing off the drive there for the slam.
Pass to Green. Butler up top. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Kuminga, no good. Minnesota with the ball. Here's Edwards. Here's Randall. Now McDaniels. Pass to Reed. Outside Edwards. A second chance effort. And a great move from Reed as he gets it to go. And now it's only a 5-point Warrior lead. Curry deciding where to go with it. Outside, Kuminga. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Now Reed. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. A shot by McDaniels, no good. Warriors leading by 3. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Outside Butler. Can they get it? And the Warriors miss again.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Here's Kuminga. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Warriors lead by 5. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Inside. Outside Butler. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Shot clock at 5. 3-pointer from deep, Jimmy Butler.
And he's had his ups and downs from distance, but Jimmy Bucket's always aggressive, looking to score.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Big man Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Outside, Kuminga. They kick out to Heel. Curry outside. The 3 ball from Curry.
This is what Curry does best. He is so creative at getting into rhythm and staying hot.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Randall from outside. Here's McDaniels. Pass to DiVincenzo. Hits the 3-point bomb. DiVincenzo's got 5 now.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed if he can wind up that open from 3-point range. I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
How do you stop Curry? Well, in a short answer, you can't.
Now here's Edwards. To the inside. Pass to Reed. It's stolen by Green. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Butler finishing at the other end.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
Now Reed. Here's McDaniels, covered by Hield. Back to Reed. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. They've led by as much as 10. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Hield with the bucket.
Scoring close in. Hield is more than just a three-point gunner.
Edwards looking it over. Randall right side. Back to Edwards. It's 2-on-1. Steph Curry, what a finish!
Understanding where he needs to be, Curry way out ahead that time.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And here is Curry. He's got 16. .54 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside, Kuminga. Just 4 to shoot. Off on the layup. Timberwolves trail by 8. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And another 3 for Minnesota.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that. But now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
Here's Curry. Wow, magical moves inside from Steph Curry.
And he's doing it all himself, shouldering the offensive load in effortless fashion right now.
Pass to Reed. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Edwards, no good. Now here's Curry. They kick out to Hield. The third quarter comes to a close. The Warriors on top, up by 7. From Target Center, back in a moment.
36.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Here is Edwards. Picked by Randall. Back to Edwards. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
Here's Curry. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Randall right side. It's stolen by Green. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 8 points for Buddy Hield. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Warriors leading by 8. Hield outside. Outside, Kuminga. Shot clock at 6. They kick out to Heel. To the hoop.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Driving to the basket. Back to DiVincenzo. Buries the long-range jumper.
Love the pass there from Gobert. Always nice when your big man feeds his teammates.
Outside, Kuminga. It's tipped. It's stolen by Edwards. Got a piece of it. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Pass to Randall.
And that's where Green makes his biggest impact. He is a menace defensively.
Outside for Curry. Here's the three. The three-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 23 points.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Gobert, the screen. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's DiVincenzo. Hefty move. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Pass to Kuminga. Fires the three. Curry can't get it to go.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Randall throws it down.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Curry with it. Picked up by Edwards. They set the pick. Here's Curry. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Curry's got 7 points here in this quarter. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing here by 8. To Gobert. Green with the block.
No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeed.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Now let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. They said to the team, I know you guys are tired, but let's end this game strong. Let's get the win. Big last stretch here, guys.
All right, thank you, David. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shoot.
And both free throws good for Curry. Timberwolves trailed by 10. Outside Edwards. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
Ooh, you hope that leaving points at the line won't come back to haunt them.
To the paint. Here's Gobert. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Here's Curry. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line.
This just demonstrates how fearless Curry is. Like, he knows how to get inside and draw plenty of fouls.
And both free throws good for Curry. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to DiVincenzo. Good on the triple.
Oh, nice read there from Edwards. He's all for sharing the wealth.
They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
Minnesota with the ball. 8-point game. Strong move inside by Edwards.
And he is built to be the man for this team. Edwards answering the bell and executing.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Hield. Pass to Curry. Clock at 6. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Sinks the triple. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.